example, as we digged in, this is the Asia range whipsaws we told you actually last weekend, didn't we? Right? So guess what? That's all they got. So if you look at this is GU on this first day, right? So guess what? That's the illustration we gave you like last weekend, and that's what they did. Like it's so scary sometimes. The only difference is that they induced in Frankfurt low here, and then London open. But guess what? Minor inducement, perfect inducement, London open. Minor inducement, perfect inducement, London open. Awesome. So what do you expect? A quick whip of Asia range. There you go. But in this scenario, it's even easier because Frankfurt already confirmed the Asia whipsaw. Right? Because guess what? They induce low and they just smoke it with one push without any pullbacks. So that's already confirming the Asia whipsaw. At this point, you should understand already, oh, that's an Asia whipsaw. So guess what? Your next target should be the first whip. Right? But guess what? If it's a whipsaw, they will whip it again. Right? So guess what? If you understand this and then perfect timing confirmation, you can definitely take the short in here. You only need to understand that your target is lower here. I think it happens to Josh where he took the sell in here, but then didn't look for the whipsaw and then he got a break even. So that should never happen. That's why we give you the rules and the overall daily overviews so you understand where you get out. Guess what? When should the reversal happen? We even showed you to the minute. Magic manipulation minutes. So if you look at it, almost to the minute, 5 minutes off. Okay. That's almost what we gave you, right? So guess what? Where's the next entry opportunity? Magic manipulation minutes. So this is a 5-minute EDM in here. This was a 1-minute EDM, right? But it's a 5-minute EDM. Where does it happen? To the absolute minute. Okay. So what's the next trap we should watch for? New York trap. So they're inducing high first. Awesome. We just make a illustration with equal highs. Same exact shit, isn't it? And guess what? They're inducing Asia range. When does it happen? New York trap time to the absolute minute, right? And guess what? You're expecting the continuation and the reversal at one New York close. London close, sorry. And you see, the whole thing is light there for you. It's just a little bit of variations to the theme. Oh, of course, we show you that this is an equal high. This wasn't an equal high. Guess what? Should you be confused about this little difference in here? No. This is Asia midline. Guess what? This is Asia midline. Look at the timing and just look and trade in here. Wait for the break of structure in here. Trade the mitigation. Go in line with what we show you. We even give you the timing, the whole overview. At some point, it's just, again, you need to just see the little variances they play. Again, don't be confused if they induce in Frankfurt here, just because we said it's London. But guess what? The whole thing afterwards, it's like so perfectly the same. Right? And again, I can show you how we can trade it. So if you take this day, again, that's first day on GU. That's literally like 2 days ago. And we taught you this last weekend. Right? We cannot make that shit up. It's impossible. So guess what? How bizarre. There you go. Right. So if you dig into that, into the 1 minute, the GU one, right? The GU one on first on the 1 minute. So just understanding of the little bit of clearer picture. So we understand, okay, we have our Asia range. And you see, we don't even need to look to the left for displays. Again, sometimes the left will help us a lot, but then there's days where the left or the higher time frames don't help us check shit. Right? So that's why you need to understand the daily cycles. And that's why we always show you these variations in general. Right? Because again, it's all about the individual day. Because guess what? In these scenarios, of course, the left helps you, but then the whole day looks like this. You just need to understand when this will happen. But the whole day is always looking like this, right? So use it always for your reference because it will help you so much. Same thing with Asia whipsaw. It's not so important what is going on to the left because the day will look like this anyways. You're just lining it up with proper mitigation zones here, small point trap here, mitigation here. And then again, the rest is lined up for you. All right. So guess what? If you dig into that again, all right. So in here, you see, we don't even need to look to the left. Guess what? Okay. So what we will do, Asia range. You see, there's nothing to the left. I have not marked any mitigation zone to the left whatsoever. Nothing. Guess why? We have our structure. We have our timing. And we already know on a bigger picture of what the day should look like. Okay. So guess what? We do nothing until we see the channel. Right. So now we have our first idea of what we should look like. What did we teach you for like 3 weeks straight? Asia range, channel, building, inducement. Of course, the ideal scenario is London Open. But guess what? Frankfurt Open is a trap as well, isn't it? A session opens, they're getting the information of Asia. The liquidity is obviously built up short side. Guess what? Here's the information, do something with it. Usually what they do, they're handing over and wait for the big guys, which is London. Sometimes they're doing the push themselves. So guess what? If the play is done, as in this scenario in here, you're having your perfect channel and your minor inducement, you see? And then another inducement, as we always teach you, when does this happen? To the absolute minute in Frankfurt Open. So that's the time confluence combined with the whole Asia range inducement cycle build-up inducement. So guess what? The only thing this is missing is the mitigation. We don't need something to the left if we have our perfect daily cycle, right? So guess what? Now you're waiting for what? Break of structure into the mitigation. That's the buy. Awesome. So where is the target? Asia high. That's the first day and you did not even include anything to the left. You just traded exactly what we preach you, right? So we have a Frankfurt Open. Yeah, that's a good question, Luis, but always combine it with what they show you. Again, the ideal scenario is on an Open for sure, but Frankfurt Open sometimes can complete the picture. And guess what? You don't trade anywhere until you have cycle in build-up, inducement, and guess what? There's no buy opportunity here or here or here, never. Because what? You're waiting for the break of structure. The first time they broke the structure here is after Asia is being induced with the build-up, inducement into timing. Now you're waiting for break of structure, and now you're trading the mitigation. Obviously, the next better thing would be this being a let, but it wasn't. It's completely fine. It's just one confluence less. But the rest is perfect. You have timing, you have the cycle, you have build-up, inducement, and now you have mitigation into the inducement area in here, into the imbalance. Perfect. So guess what? Your target is Asia high. So now what? Next time window is London Open. To the absolute minute, they're making the inducement with what? Vector candle. Vector candle to induce everyone now, buy side. And guess what? Now you understand this is an Asia whipsaw because it just whips it without pullbacks on a 5 minute. So guess what? You should understand, oh, this is London Open, my next time trap. My next time trap, okay. First time trap, checked. I traded the long. Second time trap, okay, what do I look for? I know it's Asia whipsaw. I know this should take this out in here. Perfect. So what do I wait for? Break of structure. No break of structure. That's the advanced trade in here because that's the 1 minute let. Okay, that's the advanced trade. So obviously that's my trade, whatever, for the advanced people. You're taking the sell in here. Top goes above here. But guess what? If you don't familiar with it so far, not a problem. Wait for what? Break of structure happens in here. Inducement into imbalance area. Mitigation. It's the same shit, isn't it? You cannot even make a mistake here. You see that? If you're just waiting for the break of structure here, there's no mistake you can make. If you're just waiting for the break of structure here, there's no mistake you can take. The break of structure happened after this push. So you're waiting, you're finding your imbalance area. Perfect. Comes back, mitigates it. There's your limit order triggered. And then the next target is the whipsaw of here. Perfect. Right, so guess what? The next thing in line, this here Asia whipsaw target, that's done. Asia whipsaw is done. The next thing you're looking for, time confluence. What is it? Magic manipulation minutes 1. When does it happen? 10:30. Look at the fucking clock. To the minute, but guess what? Timing confirmed. You cannot make a mistake. There's no break of structure. There's no break of structure. Where's the first break of structure? It is here. And what are you doing? Timing confirms to the minute the mitigation of the inducement of the completion of the Asia whipsaw. Asia whipsaw slip heaven. Yeah, it is. But you see, you cannot even make a mistake here, can you? You're just waiting for the break of structure and then trade the mitigation, and you're having yeah, almost let. But guess what? Perfect timing, perfect inducement, perfect cycle, break of structure, mitigation. It's perfect. Incredible. Guess what? Your next target is a new higher high in here. Awesome. So you get that. What's the next thing? TP hit again. Right? So guess what? What's the next things in line? Now you know the Asia whipsaw is completed anyways. You're looking for more buy side. Because whip, whip, whip. Awesome. Asia whipsaw. Perfect. Done. Right? So guess what? Trading EDMs. 1 minute EDM. There's your imbalance. That's the push that led to the new break in here. Liquidity happens in here, imbalance area. You're trading the confirmed mitigation with an EDM setup. Trading the mitigation. Then you have another EDM on the 5 minute. When does this happen? Perfect. Magic manipulation minutes to the minute. So what the fuck is going on here? That's first day. You have a first time perfect. Break of structure, mitigation, perfection. Cycle, perfection. Second thing, timing to the fucking minute. Break of structure to the perfection. Mitigation to the perfection. Completes the daily cycle with the Asia whipsaw, perfection. Next thing, timing. Break of structure, mitigation, perfection. What the hell? The next thing, EDM. And the next thing on a 5 minute EDM confirmed with what? Timing. Trading a line now with the structure. Right? Because the whipsaw is done. You're trading more buy side now. You're having M1 EDM, 5M EDM to the absolute minute. Okay. So guess what? They want to go higher, then do slow. When do they induce? New York trap time. New York trap time is called trap time for a reason. Because it traps. So what's a trap? Asia midline in this case. They're building the channel. Guess what they do before that? They're building build up, minor inducement high. So do what? Push the market lower, channeling, 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 channeling. What's the next trap? Asia midline. So the channel, inducing. And guess what? You don't even need to trade it. It just happens to the minute, as always. But guess what you do? You wait for what? Break of structure. After timing confirmed, after cycle confirmed, after build up, inducement, break of structure, mitigation. It's the same shit confirmed with timing. What in the hell? What? And guess what? Target new high highs. What's the next thing in line? EDM. When does it happen? What? To the minute, London close. What should London close do? They want to get the mitigations. But there's your mitigation. That's your demand. What? EDM. To the absolute minute. Are you kidding me, guys? What in the hell can we do? Perfect. 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 What in the hell, guys? Yeah, this one in here, after the Asia whipsaw is done, that's your break of structure. Right? That confirms the EDMs. Right? So this is the final trap of the Asia whipsaw. Now you have a break of structure, major one, whatever, main one. And then again, you train the EDMs on the 1 and 5, and then goes high highs. Then you need the inducement low. When does it happen? Perfect cycle, perfect timing, trading the break of structure again. And then the next thing is EDM. And when what does it happen? Timing. Okay. It's just insane, guys. So let's look how we could trade it. Guess what? You could trade it like this. Perfect. Again, cycle, Asia range, channel, inducement, minor, then perfect one into perfect timing. Frankfurt confirms it. You're waiting for what? Break of structure into the mitigation. Your limits, it's right there. Target, Asia high. Done. First trade of the day. Perfect. What's the second trade? London open, vector candle. Guess what? Asia whipsaw. We're expecting this to be whipped. Okay. So what do? You're just waiting for break of structure into mitigation, confirm with timing, confirm with the cycle, perfect, into limit order, mitigation, target is Asia Whipsaw target, perfection, close it. What's the next trade? Magic manipulation minutes to complete the Asia Whipsaw pattern, right? Asia Whipsaw, whatever, channel, whip, higher, Asia Whipsaw. Okay, get that in your head. Guess what? Happens to the minute. Magic manipulation minutes. You wait what? Break of structure into the mitigation. Tube. Next target, higher high. Awesome. Done. Close it. Guess what? Here's your M1 EDM for next higher highs. That's your 5 M1 EDM for higher highs. Done. Confirmed with timing. 5-minute EDM. Right, perfect. With mitigations. So guess what? Next thing, trading. Again, that's an advanced one. You don't need to focus on them, but of course, we took it as well here. Right, so guess what? Build up after vector candles. Right, so when does it happen? New York Open. What is it also? I love it. I told you this, guys. I love it when the inducement itself, which is here, isn't let. That is so powerful. It is crazy powerful. If the inducement itself, which is here, isn't let, that is insanely powerful. And we got that here. Again, we have our build-up of the vector candles, inducement being a let. I take the trade in here. Market execution stop goes above the inducement. You're aiming for at least these areas in here. But guess what? What do? They're building up the channel. The inducement happens when? Perfect timing. You expect the inducement. There's no mitigation here. No, you're waiting for an inducement. So guess what? The only thing you need to do, you wait for break of structure. Take the extreme. Strike the mitigation. Limit order. Tube. Done. Done for the day. And it's up like this. Again, if you really wanted to, you can check this EDM as well, but that's kind of big in terms of stop loss area. That only would be a 1 to 3, so that's why not take it. All right. So guess what? 1 to 10, 1 to 6, 1 to 12, 1 to 10, 1 to 12, 1 to 8, 1 to 11. Like, what in the hell, guys? Like, what in the hell? That is one day of GU, literally 2 days ago, with a perfect schematic we showed you like last week. To the minute. Like, oh my fucking god. Are you kidding? But guess what? You only need one of those. You don't even need to trade every single one of those. You don't need to catch all of them. Right? So guess what? That's exactly the one we showed you like last weekend. And that's what happened today. And that's all the freaking trades you can get out of this one single day. So guess what? We show you the way, man. Like, how can we make that up? Like, it's crazy. We give you even the minutes, to the absolute minutes. Perfect, 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 perfect. Advanced. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 Mona Lisa setups of one schematic. We even give you the whole overview of the day to the pip and to the minute. Just think about that. So at this point, it's all about you. It's learn, practice, and support. Getting support, but also giving support. So that's why we're having our learn groups. That's why we're having our study groups, because everything is there, ladies and gentlemen. Everything you need. Again, it's learn, practice, support. Getting support and giving support. Engage, practice, 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 learn, study, revise. All the stuff. Figure out, again, we talked about it on day 4. Figure out your own strengths, your own weaknesses, your own threats, and your own opportunities. Figure that out. Everything is lined up for you. You can do it. Right? Oh, let me ask you this. Did I make up any trade in here? Seriously. Does any trade in here does not make sense to anyone here? It's like, seriously, let me know, please. What's going on here? Perfect sense. Only one though. The advanced. Yeah, guess what? If that's advanced, okay, don't trade it. guess what? There's 6 other perfect Mona Lisa trades, which should make sense, right? So even let's say like there's 2. That's 2 that's not clean. Guess what? There's still 4, which make perfect sense. Even if it's 3, okay. Then there's still 3 perfect scenarios left. Okay. So even if it's 4, okay. There's still 2 perfect scenarios left for the day. Like, oh my god, guys. Right? So not every single trade of those you need to understand or you need to trade. Focus on what's clean for you because it's the same shit all over again. But every trade in here made sense. And again, for example, this one is just an advanced one. If that's too advanced for you right now, don't bother about it. You don't need to trade it. And again, that's just a let on the 1 minute perfectly after build-up inducement into timing, which is New York Open. And you expect obviously a trap in New York trap time. You trade away from that. But every single other trade in here was even confirmed with a break of structure, which makes it even easier. And with perfect mitigations all the freaking time. Let me just look at the chat quick. Awesome. Yeah, a few guys even saw this, which I love. And a few people even caught a few trades in here, which is just amazing. And again, the plan, of course, is to get you all there, right? But then, yeah, no worries, man. You get there. Missed, oh, which one? Which one was it? Which one was it you missed? To try ice. Yeah. Dan, very good point. It's just repetition. Get these schematics into your head again. Get used of all the variations there is, like even the London knockout, the retail heaven, like all the daily cycle variations, like higher time frames, the complex pullbacks, like also the efficiency of the pullback, the cycles. For example, here, there's no other way of trading this as advanced because again, it's just a build up of the vector candle and timing with the inducement being a let. That's advanced. There's no more confirmations you can get, but guess what? You 100% can trade it. 100% you can trade it. Again, if you're not there yet, don't bother. Like trade the clean shit like the EDM in here. Or like with the imbalance after the break of structure, like after the inducement, after the visual whipsaw. Yeah, you just need to understand, like again, it's so important to understand that this is an Asia whipsaw. Because otherwise you would look for short in here, or maybe buy in here, and then you're getting, oh my god. But that's exactly what they're doing. They make this kind of confusing. But again, guess what? If you understand the schematics in here, it's so clean. Same thing for retail heavens, London knockouts, and so on and so forth. Daily cycles, of course, as well. And then guess what? You just combine it with to the left, and you will see even like the mitigation areas in here, which make sense. First in here, maybe inducement here, even inducement and mitigation here. Again, we can walk through it tomorrow on TradingView. I show you on the edge as well, so you will see how we do it properly, right? But again, this and on here should make sense to you, right? What doesn't make sense is how to manage to find all this out. Yeah, it took a while to find that shit out. Trust me on that one. Years. But guess what? You guys having the best situation ever. I mean, guess what? If I had the opportunity to learn that from scratch like you guys did, what the fuck? I had to learn that shit like years and years myself. Like, there was no one showed me that shit. Right? So, I'm blown him, okay? Okay. Yeah, we can think about this specific tomorrow when we go into TradingView, so it should get even clearer. But again, Jamal, for example, if it's just one confuses you, focus on the one which is clean for you. You don't need to trade the stuff which confuses you. And again, we talked about make it easy for yourself. And if you don't understand for whatever reason, let's say, again, advanced trades. Why would you trade advanced trades? And just don't bother about them. Focus on what's clean. Focus on the timing. And again, timing is so incredible. Look, just look at it. To the minute, almost to the minute, to the absolute minute. 1, 2, 3. 3 in a row to the absolute minute. Like, how much more clearer can we make it for you? Like, it's not possible. And we give you the whole day. The whole day of how it should look like. And it looks like that. Okay. And then again, we combine with the build-up, inducement, mitigation, and you're waiting for the break of structure, and then you have the entry helper for confirmations also. Like, how much more? What can we do? Okay, so easy peasy. There you go, camera. I know you smashed that one. I know. Yeah, that's Chiu. You can see it also. Let me just go back here. That's Chiu in the 1 minute on Thursday. We will dig into it tomorrow as well on TradingView. I did not take all of those, but yeah, I missed a few, but just I didn't spot the charts all day long. That would be a nice reel, by the way. Yeah, it will be fun when we do reels of that shit. Is the EDM the only valid if there's... Okay, so the EDM, technically, it's always the same cycle you should always be aware of. So it's always the same order and always the same cycle. Oh, fuck with my pen. So it's always the same thing as you see here. For example, let's even make it this one. You have an inducement. Then best case scenario is always you have a break of structure into mitigation, and that should become your let. That's one. So you have a limit order, which is 0. Then you have a let, which is the confirmed one, which is 1. And then after that, you should always look for EDMs after, right? And that's second. But in this case, as you can see in here, like you have inducement, you have your break of structure into mitigation, not a let. Okay, fine. So the next thing would be an EDM. But as you can see, there is no EDM. But then the cycle is completed here after the vector candle. So there just was no EDM. Fine. Same thing here. You have your inducement. You wait for break of structure. You wait for, here's your let, by the way. Right, that's your let advanced entry on the edge. But again, you're waiting for the break of structure, trading the mitigation, which also almost was a let, right? But then the next thing would be an EDM. But guess what? That's not an EDM. That's not an EDM either. So there's no EDM. Same thing. But you're just waiting for an EDM, but there's no one. Okay, no problem. But then the cycle is completed here. With the Asia rips are being completed. So there's no EDM. So guess what? It's the same thing all over again. Inducement, break of structure, into the mitigation, into a let. Perfect. So let. Now the next thing is EDM. So there you go. There's your build up. There's your inducement into the whatever. Makes an imbalance. Makes this push made the new break of structure. Create imbalances. Awesome. So it comes back into what? Look at that. It's the same shit all over again. Build up. Vector candle into imbalance, mitigation, into 1 minute EDM. Take it. There's your EDM finally. Then you switch time frames, you see the same thing. Imbalance on the 1 minute. And you switch time frames. This is also an EDM on the 5 minute, which was even clearer on the 5. When does it happen? To the absolute minute. You trade this too. Same thing here. What is it? You're waiting for inducement, right? Technically, break a structure here, and then whatever, mitigation, but there's no mitigation, so not a problem. So the next thing in line, build up. Guess what? Here and here, that's your EDM, but it's not clean, is it? It's not clean. Technically, if you really wanted to, there's your imbalance, and there's your mitigation in the EDM. It's the same shit all over, isn't it? Same shit. But again, that's not clean, and you should not take it, because what is it? Like a 1 to 2? Who cares about a 1 to 2? You don't trade that shit. Just do what? Wait for the inducement, Asia midline. Wait for break of structure into mitigation. The first let was here. Okay, but it missed the mitigation, no problem. So guess what? You trade the mitigation. Same thing. And you're waiting for what? The first EDM. Happens here. Right? This point. This point. EDM with the mitigation. In timing. You see, guys, it's the same shit all over again. You cannot make that up. You cannot even make a mistake in this specific day. Where's the mistake? Show me. Show me. Like, where's the false break of structure where you could get confused at? You're just waiting for timing, build up, inducement, mitigation, break of structure, and then follow the steps. Right? You see, you need to make something up in order to make a mistake here. The only question is like, what would you make up? And then we dig into it and show you like why you should not make that up. So it's very, very important as you understand the overall concept and see more variations to the whole theme as well. And hopefully that even gets clear for you. So if we don't even show you like one approach, we show you multiple approach, and then hopefully one approach is getting very clean for you. For example, this, like, I could sleep and trade that shit. So, but again, like it's not about me. It's about what is clear for you. That's why we show you multiple approaches and multiple confluences and multiple styles and also structure and maybe whatever other confluences there's so much variations to the whole field. It's all about what is clear for you, because not everyone sees the market the same way. For example, also Sakba. I mean, she took it, I think, you can confirm that, Sakba, if you want. I think you took it here or something, right? Which is, of course, like an advanced trade. Oh, no, sorry, it was Friday, I think you took GU and EU, like in the inducement.
Yeah, that one was different. It was tricky. It was an inducement trade, but I think it was GU or EU, I forgot now. It did give like a mitigation approach as well. But I think it was EU that didn't give that approach, but it was an inducement trade anyway, so a bit more tricky.
Yeah, but I mean, that's amazing stuff, right? And that's an advanced way of trading, and she knows it. But guess what? If you ask her and she can tell about, for example, she can trade like that because she's obviously very advanced with the techniques. And guess what? She put in the work. She can tell about it more, a little bit more about what she did. She printed out like examples, did the back testing, like really printed out markups like over and over again. And she did exactly what we pretty much recommended her. And that's why she is where she is. Of course, she's putting in the work, and she did it always. Like, she did this for years. Right, so guess what? Her success doesn't come from nothing.
Just the thing as well, even the inducement trades, everything is literally based just on the build-up inducement. Sometimes it's not a mitigation, but it's based purely just on the cycle. Like, that's how powerful just understanding the cycle, whether it's the bigger picture or the fractal cycles that build up the picture to like a direction. It's just that one thing that you need to really like stress on that part, and then you can easily like go up and down and stuff. Just understanding the trend as well.
If you don't close out this trade, guess what? Getting a break even. If you don't close this trade out, guess what? Getting a break even. Alright, so guess what? Then the Asia whipsaw is done. But yet you can technically hold that one. But I personally closed that out here because, again, like, I know there's multiple trading opportunities afterwards. Same thing for the EDMs. I would love to close them out here because I don't want to risk a break even on here. Like, why? Why would I risk a break even on this trade in here if I can close it out fully for 1 to 10 in here? I know the market will come back here anyways to make New York trap time. So why not closing out 1 to 10 here and enter it here again and get another 1 to 10? Right? So that's not hatching, by the way. It's not hatching. Hatching it would be if I hold this trade and make the sell in here. That's hatching, but that's not what I do. I rather would close that out and make a new position here and close that out and make a new position here. Not hatching. It's just string up and down, right? But again, don't try even to think about that right now. Catch one, whatever. Catch 1 to 10 and be good. Be good. Just clap in your hands and say awesome and move away. Like, everything will come with time. You're 3 weeks in. You obviously will not trade every one of those, and you should not think about like hatching and I close it out here, open up here. Oh my god. No, catch one. Catch one. Start with 1, get consistent with it, and catch 1. Not 15. Alright, catch 1. Alright, don't try to trade like that at the beginning. I just need to show you every trade there is so you pick your one. But don't try to pick everyone. No. Trade 1. Right, which is the cleanest for you. But again, focus only on the edges. Only on the edges, and then the next thing you should look for again is EDMs. But only use the let after the inducement, break of structure, mitigation. That's the only lets you should focus on. And then the only EDMs you should focus on is after exactly that. Right? So let's assume that an EDM would be up here. Like, you don't care shit. Like, why the fuck you would care about this EDM in here? Like, you're trading into the wrong side. That's why it's always only inducement, timing confirmed best case, break of structure, mitigation, let right after EDM. And then you don't care. Then the cycle should be over anyways, right?